story of a man who was left in a coma with devil eyes after a 5-day cocaine-filled session almost killed him. A former cocaine addict whose bloodshot eyes made elderly people think he was the devil was put in a coma after a 5-day session almost killed him. Dave Mullen was just 17 when he was first introduced to cocaine. The ex-carpet fitter from Wiltshire became hooked on the Class A drug and would use it on away days and lads' holidays. And just 2 years after his first sniff, Dave would go on 7-day benders and snort thousands of pounds of cocaine. During the long sessions, he would pair his excessive drug use with 15 pints a day. In 2021, however, Dave woke up from a coma in the ICU with bloodshot devil eyes. Following a drug-induced psychosis, his eyes remained red for months, and when he went to work a job in an old people's home, an elderly man chased him with a Bible because he thought he was the devil. And this was his look 6 weeks after leaving the hospital. This is really, really graphic. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. Like, we've all seen bloodshot eyes in a certain extent, but never to this point. Like, this is creepy. This looks like some kind of a horror movie, like where someone's body has been possessed by the devil or an evil spirit or some sort, or whatever it may be. Dave fell back into addiction just months later and continued the dangerous habit for 3 years until doctors provided him with an urgent warning. After a hospital trip in March 2024, health experts said he could die if he continued his excessive cocaine use. Thankfully, Dave is now 15 months sober from both alcohol and drugs, which is a massive, massive achievement. Anytime someone is battling an addiction and they manage to stay clean, even just for a day, even just for a week, is always a massive achievement. I was going on lads' holiday at 17, I was like the in-betweeners lads on tour, and it was just relentlessly pushed down your throat as soon as you hit an age, he explained. At 19, I noticed it had become an addiction. It was clear not only to me, but my friends and people around that I had a bit of a problem with it. Every year it got worse and worse and would affect so many people around me due to the mental health episodes I would have. I would go through periods to escape my mental health. I would just go out 5, 6, 7 days. I would just be gone. Sober from alcohol and cocaine. He's turned to fitness, and the guy looks absolutely incredible. Credit where credit's due. The guy looks, in great shape. He's obviously taking much better care of himself, and he's turned his life around for the better. And this is things you cannot ignore. You could judge someone by the past mistakes. Absolutely. But when they come to make a decision for the better, and they actually stick to that decision, and they put in the work, then nothing else matters, in my opinion. Dave said he completely lost his mind after his 2021 coma, as he temporarily had no vision. 6 weeks on, his eyes were left bloodshot, which carried on for about 2 months. Since going sober though, Dave has become a content creator and is now sharing his journey online. I want to spread awareness as it really did ruin my life, he admitted. In March 2024, they told me I was going to die again, and something about walking out of the hospital alone, I said I didn't want to do this anymore. 15 months later and I'm here, and I have a TikTok account and I still haven't looked back. I feel completely reborn and I'm excited for my future. They believe that in society we are not educated enough about the dangers of these drugs or alcohol. We are told the drugs are illegal, but in this day and age no one really pays attention to the law and doesn't really care if it's illegal, he said. That's pretty much true. I think my story, and the pictures in particular, show that it's dangerous and I don't want cocaine to be normalised and acceptable in society. The former cocaine user hopes to one day set up a support group under the name Dark Days to Brighter Ways to help others who are also suffering with addiction. So first of all, I just want to say I'm glad that Dave managed to change his life around and is now trying to help others through his content, and hopefully one day being able to launch a support group for those who are also battling an addiction of some sort. That's one thing you can always say about addiction. You're never alone. There's always somebody who is either going through the same thing you're going through or have been through, or has been through what you're going through. And yeah, for anybody with an outside perspective, it's easy to judge, it's easy to make jokes, it's easy to make comments that are quite hurtful in some ways. But at the same time, when somebody decides to get clean, they decide to change their life for the better, then I think they deserve a massive amount of respect, and they deserve to be treated like a normal human being for that as well. Because even though, a person like Dave, for example, is now 1 year clean, is doing a lot of things better in terms of his lifestyle, he's always still battling that addiction. That's always a part of him that's always going to be trying to battle an addiction and make sure he stays on the right path in terms of his life. And that's why I think people deserve a lot more respect than they're probably given in terms of that lifestyle and in terms of trying to change their lives for the better. Not just for them, but also for the friends and family and whoever else is around them that's really supporting them and they really care. So with all that being said, please let me know your feelings down below on what you think of the story. And until next time, take care, stay safe, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye for now.